Linda's too scared of ants, and I don't blame her. She's allergic.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay. Here. Here, Linda.
Okay. I think you're already live.
So, let me know when it's live. Okay. Okay. So, the plan originally was for me to get the flowers at home and bring them, and then when I realized the car was going to be full, there's no way we could have got this in there. So, I called the florist here, and these are silks. They're not real, but I wanted the silk because I wanted them to stay pretty longer. So, when she was in the hospital, before she got real bad, before she died, I don't know, a couple of weeks, I sent her yellow roses. I've sent her yellow roses lots of times. Everybody always knows Texas, yellow roses. And so I wanted something to commemorate her, to honor her. And it has been 60 years today that we met her. She pulled into Nacogdoches in that big long white Buick.
I remember it so well.
And we have lots and lots and lots of good memories. We loved her dearly. And so I wanted to honor her by putting some flowers down here. And so I have 60 roses, 5 dozen roses in memory of 60 years. And on the ribbons, it's got 60 years of memory. August the 12th, 1962. August the 12th, 2022. When we planned this trip, we didn't even know that we were going to be here August the 12th.
Yeah.
And when I looked at the calendar at the first of the week, I said, how fitting that we're here August the 12th, 60 years ago today. So I know if she loved flowers, and I know if she was here that she would think these were beautiful.
Yeah.
And they fixed they fixed it on a really pretty vine. It's real heavy.
You want to show them?
So I'm hoping this will stay up for a while.
The back of it?
They delivered it here for us, so we didn't even have to stop and
Right.
pick it up, which was very nice.
Right.
Wasn't it?
Right.
So what is that? Is that grape?
That's grapevine.
Grapevine?
Yeah, it's grapevine.
Do you think that part stuff's far enough in the ground? Feels pretty sturdy.
Yeah,
Doesn't it?
yeah, it feels tight. Yeah, it'll stay.
So anyway, we love you, Sister Jean. We'll always remember the good times. And when we first moved to Mississippi, well, she was the reason we moved here. But when we first moved to Mississippi, and the whole time we was here, she always looked out for us. Anytime she moved, she saw that we moved too. So we always lived beside them.
Right. Yeah, we did.
Real close to them. When Mama bought the lot back over there, if you'll turn around, Carla, I believe it's the lot that old mobile home is on. That was Mama's lot.
Yeah.
And then right up the hill to the right is a house, a brick house, and Sister Jean lived in that house. And so we were just like a few steps from each other. And there's, I guess there's still a pond out there.
Yeah.
Sister Jean used to go fishing out there. But anyway, so we appreciate what her life stood for. All the many people that she touched. She had a way to make you feel like you were the most special person in the world. And she didn't do just one person that way. She did everybody that way.
Yes.
And she was an excellent cook. She came from a long line of Pentecostal preachers. Her dad was a pastor. Lots of uncles and cousins that are pastors still today.
Right.
Anyway, we love her, we miss her, but we just wanted to put these on here for her. So it's hot out here.
It is hot.
I'm sweating bullets.
It is hot.
So I guess we're gonna go, and we're still a little bit ahead of schedule, but that's okay.
Yeah.
We can kill that extra hour. So we'll stop somewhere, and we're gonna make sure none of us has got ants on our feet when we get back in the car. So I don't know if they can see us or not from heaven. I want to believe they can. So I'm sure if she sees us sisters standing here today, and Carla, who was born here, little Linda was born in Texas, of course, Braden, but she would be very happy.
She would be happy.
She'd be very happy.
Yes.
And I want to show one more thing before we get off.
Okay.
I've looked at some of these graves. I wanted to see Dixie Powell, who is from our hometown, is buried here. Sister Mickey's buried here, and I guess I had forgotten that. Mom Etters and her son,
Yeah.
and lots of names that I see. But I want to show y'all the first people that were buried in the cemetery.
Something that I wanted to say about Sister Jean is that she always had a way of making you feel important.
Yes.
No matter who you were. Like, I didn't get to see her a whole lot in my lifetime, but every single time I did, she had a way of making me feel like I was someone very important. And I don't think that I was unique. I think she did that with everyone.
She did. And
That's really
the
amazing.
graves that she was fixing to show the first people that was buried here. We were just getting the property for the cemetery. We had to get. I don't know if we rushed it up or what, because we didn't really have the cemetery ready when they died.
This was
There was
a tragedy.
Right. The first ones that was buried here, and it was a real tragedy. So I'll let Linda tell it.
Okay, so I didn't realize it was this far down, did you?
I didn't.
For some reason, I was thinking it was out in the cemetery. But
Y'all aren't wearing your mics, so you, when you're talking,
Stay closer.
yeah. Yeah.
I don't know those people there, but this is Ricky and Bobby Jackson. These were two brothers. Ricky was, I think, 14, or was Bobby 14?
14
I guess Bobby was
what
14. Ricky
Bobby.
was maybe 16.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't 18, was he?
No, he was 14. 14.
Okay.
Bobby was 14,
Ricky
and
was 16.
and I guess so. 56. He's 4 years older, so 14, 18. He was 18.
I didn't remember
He was
being
18. I
years
didn't
old.
either. But Ricky, Bobby, they was both fishing in a boat, and Bobby fell in. Right? Isn't that the way it was?
No.
No. Okay.
Sorry.
Let her tell it.
So they lived below Florence, down there by the Seventh-day Adventist community. It was on a Sunday afternoon. I was dating this guy. In fact, I was engaged. It wasn't mine. It was someone else. And I was at his parents. We were Sunday afternoon. We had eaten lunch, and we were just chilling. But before we left the church, Ricky begged them to let him go with us, and they wouldn't do it. Do you remember
No,
that?
I don't.
So we were there. We were all in his mom and daddy's bedroom. We were just all sitting around talking, and we got a phone call. And so they had horses, and they rode out in this pond on the horses.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that now.
And I think the best they could gather was Bobby was ahead of Ricky, and now I may not have that detail right, but I think the horse stepped in a hole and they went under. So, and I'll read the scripture in a minute. So Ricky was the oldest, so he tried to rescue Bobby. They were kids, you know, and they both drowned.
Yeah, Ricky just went in to try to get Bobby.
Yes.
And they.
And the scripture that they have on Ricky says, "Greater love hath no man than to lay down his life for his brother," and that's what he did. They both drowned.
Right.
They also had 2 daughters.
Yeah.
And then under Bobby's scripture, it says, "Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me." Now, there's a lot more to this story than what I'm telling y'all. A few months prior to this, Brother Richard, who was our Sunday school leader, superintendent, he was diagnosed with cancer. And everybody was just devastated, because this, to my knowledge, this was the first time that anybody in the church had gotten really sick. And correct me if I'm wrong, Mary, but so he was married to Sister Betty, and then they had the girls, Judy and Ellen, and Judy was a little bit younger than me, and Ellen was the baby, right? So, and when we first came to Jackson, when we first came here, when I say Jackson, I'm talking about Rankin County, Mama worked, they had a meat market in Crystal Springs, and Mama worked for them, and it was very hard work, and she also worked at the egg house for them. So, I'm sorry, Mary, I didn't mean to make you cry. So, when he was diagnosed with cancer, you know, everybody was just, because he was bad off, it was a bad diagnosis, and, you know, you just thought, you know, we're fixing to lose the dad, and then the brothers were drowned, and then
That was hard on Betty.
yeah. I've heard Judy say one time that her mother never shed a tear when these kids drowned,
Is that right?
because she was trying to be strong for Richard.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
Brother Richard.
she didn't even change the bedroom. She left the bedroom just like it was for a very long time. Richard said she wouldn't even go in there and clean it up. That's what I was told.
I guess it's just what a mother,
Yeah,
you know,
she just wanted to
can't-
leave it
yeah.
the way it was. Yeah.
And I remember when we got that phone call that these kids had drowned, and it hadn't been but a few weeks before then that I used to take the young people everywhere, and we had several carloads, and this was just a few, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 months before then. I took them all to the coast, and Mamas with Blue Vega, and they rode with us. And Ricky told me when we got back, he said, if we ever go anywhere again, I want to ride with y'all. Y'all were so much fun. And then Brother Richard died. So these kids were the first in the cemetery, and then Brother Richard was the next one. His wife is still living, as far as I know.
Oh, really?
She's in Washington State, I think close to Judy. But,
Y'all want to stand in the shade somewhere?
yeah, it is very, very hot. I guess we're probably almost.
Yeah.
I'm talking too much anyway, but I wanted to show that so we can head back over here and go ahead and get off, so we're not standing right in the sun. I didn't even put my sunglasses on. I'm gonna take the long way around and walk on the road. But like I said, a lot of these people I know, a lot of them I don't know.
Yeah.
But just
They can't hear us, I don't think, when we turn our backs.
okay, well, we'll go ahead and sign off and tell y'all we love you. We will try to get back on again before the day's over. But anyway, hope y'all have, I know cemeteries aren't pleasant, but they hold memories, and they hold memories of people that we loved. And I
Yes.
think it's important to remember them and to
Absolutely.
honor them. So we love y'all, and we're going to get in all this sun. And I got to say something funny to get my sister laughing. And we'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.